Today I'm bringing you classic fire from classic comics. Stay tuned. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Daily Swag with your girl, Lady Swag. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys some sauce from a Converse and DC Comic collaboration. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a little bit of history on the shoe. So, Converse actually released back in 1970. They were established in Malden, Massachusetts in February 1908. Now, before 2001, the sneakers were manufactured here in the U.S. until they were bought out by Nike on September 4, 2003 for a whopping $315 million. I would definitely sell for $315 million. Anything. Well, not anything, but almost anything. At this point, when Converse actually sold the sneakers, annually they had sales of $200 million when they were acquired. So they weren't really doing bad at that time, but sales had fallen enough to where they were going into bankruptcy. Now they're actually being manufactured in Vietnam and China, but of course they're still shipped all over the world. Now, one fun fact about Converse, this is the first sneaker I fell in love with. It's actually what started my whole sneaker collection thing to begin with. So typically in most sneakers, I wear a 7 in men's, which is an 8.5 in women's. Well, with Converse, I have to size down because they run large. So in Converse, I wear a size 6 in men's, so that it's a size 8 in women's, and it fits me properly. But they've made this awesome collaboration with DC Comics, which DC Comics is famous for comic characters most people know. Let's see, you got Batman, the Joker, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, the Riddler, just a few characters to name a few with DC Comics. But you know how I do, a little less talking, a lot more walking. Let's get into this unboxing. All right. So the first Converse sneaker I'm going to start with is the Bang sneaker. Now, I don't know why, probably because ever so often Converse releases sneaker collaborations with DC Comics. It can be really, really difficult to find a release dates. But this one is for a little bit less popular of a character. So this is the Bang sneaker. Bang sneaker was released in 2012, priced at around $60. Fun facts about Bang: he was introed as a character with DC Comics back in January 1993. The first comic he was introduced in was Vengeance of Bane, #1. So, fun facts about him as a character: he's multilingual. He speaks English, Spanish, Latin, Portuguese. His backstory is his father, I believe, was King Snake. I'm pretty sure it was King Snake. And through a very corrupt system, his father escaped his jail sentence, but the court system decided that Bane should serve out his father's life sentence in prison. So he spent his childhood and early adulthood serving out that sentence. He has an incredibly insane fear of bats, which explains why he went after Batman, because he believed that Batman was like this personified bat. And so for that reason, yeah, he wanted to go ahead and knock Batman out and off. So he was known as the first character to break Batman down mentally and physically, which really, if you think about it, isn't that hard, because Batman has like no superpowers, like zero. He's just like hella rich and intelligent. But while Bane was incarcerated, he read lots of books, he bodybuilt, he was buff as hell, and so yeah, that's kind of how he came to be. When he was a kid, he committed his first murder in prison at 8 years old. He had a little bear that he called Osito, which is little bear in Spanish, that he would hide a knife in. So that's a little background on the character. Now I'll start with the box. So for the box, you can see you got a few of the characters coming out. Some of them I don't know. I know I see Superman and Wonder Woman up top. Let's see if I know some of these other ones. We got the Flash on here, Batman, Robin, Aquaman. Who is this guy? Green Lantern. I'm gonna mess this up. It's a dude. This may be Thor. Did Thor have like the little bird helmet thing on? I think it's Thor. And then some guy that looks like Robin Hood. I don't know who he is. Not too familiar with that character. But yeah, that's oh, the Archer, duh. And that's the Archer. So yeah, all of them are on the box. Nothing too interesting on the side of the box. You got the DC Comics emblem, the little logo right there. Converse.com right there. Converse logo on. And it's the same logo on either side. And then of course on the front, it's got the shoe, the size, and all this. But let's pull out the shoe. Give you guys a little sauce here. All right. So this is a sneaker I was hesitant about buying because I'm like, I didn't even know who the hell Bane was when I bought the sneaker. I just wear black and red a lot, so I was like, it's a cool sneaker. And I probably worn this all of 2 to 3 times. I don't know a whole lot about DC comic characters. I learned a lot just looking up information for the sneaker review for you guys. And I used to say that Two-Face was my favorite character, but upon reading up a little bit more, his backstory is a little bit different than what I thought it was. So yeah, I think I'm kind of digging Bane. But nonetheless, let me jump into the sneaker with you guys. So you got Bane on the side, close up right here, got an explosion in the back. I love the red and the yellow colors. We got some fencing going on here. This red stripe along the side is everything because I love the way that the red here on the rubber sole connects with the upper of the canvas lining on the shoe. Now as you can see, the Converse star here, so like a black leather, probably leather, don't feel like leather, black leather with the red outline. Nothing too amazing on the heel tag. You just got the All-Star logo. And then on the side, you've got Bane right here as well. So, yeah. And then if you can see, like behind him, that's his name. So you got the B right here, A right here, N right here, and the E right here. So, yeah, freaking love this sneaker. Now, if we go to the, I don't know what this is. There is a code on the back of the tag, which I've never recognized this because I have a lot of sneakers, so I don't wear all of them. But I'm probably gonna scan this to see what this does. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. All right, so got my phone here. Gonna try to line it up and see what the code does on this. Okay. Safari cannot open the page because the server cannot be found. Okay, well again, they were released in 2012, so not too incredibly surprised that happened. But nonetheless, this is the first sneaker. Going back to the tongue of the shoe, it says The Dark Knight Rises on the tag there. Anything interesting? Nothing too interesting happening on the inside. It's got a red Converse logo, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the first shoe. Is there anything different between the first and there is a difference between the first and the second shoe. Cool, I love it. So on the second shoe, you can see it looks like he's trying to grab the Converse logo. So that contrasts from the other one where he's just in a different pose on the right. So everything is the same on the shoe. This one has the scannable code on the inside that apparently goes to no link. I'm sure in 2014 it probably went to something really cool, but not now. It's got the All-Star on both heel tags. Now the interior of the shoe is the same for both sneakers. So, is it? Yeah, it's got the same pose for both sneakers. But love these shoes. They're great. Like I said, I've only worn them a couple of times. Now that I'm pulling them out, reviewing them, probably gonna wear these while I'm out on vacation this weekend, just because I really fucking like them. But yeah, so that's the first shoe. Let's go ahead and jump into the second shoe. All right, so the second pair of kicks I'm gonna review is the Penguin versus Batman sneaker. Again, because these released so long ago, I think probably 4 or 5 years ago, I had a really difficult time trying to find the release date, so much so that I was unsuccessful in finding the release date for these. But when they did release originally, they were around like 60 to 80 bucks. And let's jump into this. So this is the Penguin versus Batman. Nothing too fancy about the box. They're literally all the exact same boxes. So I'm not going to bore you with that. But I will give you some background on the characters that are on the shoe. So we'll start with Penguin. So Penguin originally appeared in the comics in 1941. He was bullied for his shape as a kid, which, I mean, yeah, my dude built like an egg. It's not a good look. But you know, we're about body positivity here. It's fine. We all have our areas. But yeah, he was bullied as a kid for his shape. His umbrella, he was actually forced to carry one by his mother because his father had died of bronchial pneumonia. And so that's where the umbrella comes from. Now, of course, his umbrella transforms into weapons like, you know, sword, knife, gum, mini helicopter, you know, weapons. It's whatever he wanted to transform it into. His mother ended up passing away, and they actually had a bird shop that they owned. And so he became really, really fascinated by birds, so much that he studied ornithology in college. And when he got to college and was studying ornithology, he knew more about birds than his professors did because he was so passionate about it. So when his mother passed away, they repossessed the bird shop to pay for the debt that she had. And from there, he just kind of went downhill. Now, one of the interesting things about Penguin is, unlike a lot of the other DC comic villains, he's one of the only ones that's known to not have like a mental disability. Like, for instance, Two-Face is like bipolar schizophrenic, and he's obsessed with the number 2, and he has all that going on. And obviously Bane had a few issues, but Penguin is the only villain without a history of that. Now, Batman, again, as I said earlier, who's also featured on this Converse shoe as well, has absolutely no powers. The dude just got a bad crib, hella rich, some fighting skills, and some intellect, which is enough to make you a superhero, apparently. So he was originally shown in DC Comics in 1939. Then he became a vigilante after seeing his parents killed in a mugging. So that's the background of Batman. Most people kind of already know Batman's background because he's Batman and he's a very popular DC Comics character. Right, but enough of that. Let's dig into the shoe. This shoe I actually have not worn yet. And I haven't worn it for 2 reasons. One, I'm not really big on purple. Like, I don't wear purple a whole lot, even though I've seen some really nice shoes released specifically. Converse just released a Converse Pro sneaker with the Lakers and Chicago Bulls. And when I say it is taking everything in me not to buy it, it is taking everything. I can't guarantee I'm going to be successful in that feat. But yeah, I said all that to say they have a purple Laker shoe, and I don't wear purple a lot. But I haven't found a shirt that matches this, and I don't wear purple much, and I like my shirts to match with my shoes, so that's my thing. But nonetheless, digging into the shoe. So on the tongue here, you see it says the Penguin. Now, what I love about the laces, because I love little intricate details, these little purple things that you guys are seeing on the laces, those are umbrellas. Those are umbrellas, so I really like this. Now, whereas my Bane sneaker didn't have much detail in it, the Penguin sneaker does. So if you're the kind of person that likes to buy the high tops and fold them down, because that was my shit in high school. I was the kid that would wear the whole tops. I was not wearing whole tops. No. I was the kid that would wear high tops though. And I would fold down the tongue in the front and the back. But we've got some nice designs on the inside. So you've got the Penguin here with the 2 umbrellas, and then it says the same logo that's on the tongue tag I showed you guys earlier. Let's see if I can get it closer. I says the Penguin inside there. Let's see if there's anything else. No, just the Penguin. Let's see, on the back it has trademark DC Comics S16. Still doesn't tell me what year these were made, but they were manufactured in Vietnam. On the side, we have Penguin, aka Mr. Oswald Cobblepot is his government name. But we've got an image of him on the side. He's got his fist in the air with the umbrella, monocle, top hat, and whatnot. And then we go to the other side, and we have he and Batman battling. Since I'm back here, at the back of the shoe, we've got Converse All-Star. I think that's a little bit, I don't think my other sneakers have the star in the middle. And if you'll notice on Converse, the heel tags change over the years. So if you find like the original ones that are made in USA, it'll say like made in USA at the bottom. I've got a couple of pairs, or maybe I just have one pair made in USA. We'll see if I can find another one of those. I believe they're from like 1950, so I may review those in another video for you guys. But yeah, right here we got the vibrant colors, got the purple over here, the blue at the back, and yeah, we got Penguin and Batman going at it. So this is the left sneaker. The emblem, as you see here, is like a clear see-through rubber type material here. So yep, and that's sewn on with some black threading. So got that going there. Always got to check and see if the other sneaker is any different. This is a rarity, but there are no differences here. These sneakers are the same on both sides. And that's not something you see too often. Especially with the comic book sneakers, they usually kind of switch it up just a little bit. But yeah, nothing here, same on each side. So yeah, that's what I got for the Batman versus Penguin joints. Let's keep it moving. All right, so moving on to the third and final Converse. It wouldn't be complete if we didn't have a Joker in there. I mean, come on. Now, the Joker, he was introduced to DC Comics back in 1940. So originally, he was known as Red Hood, and he became a criminal after his comedy career became unsuccessful. So he becomes the Joker because while he's running from Batman, and I guess one of these attempted robberies, he jumps into a vat full of chemicals in order to escape Batman. His face is disfigured, and he goes insane because shortly before that, his pregnant wife had passed away. So just overall wasn't in a very good place. And so you got the Joker. We're not going to go over the box. Now, of all the DC comic shoes that I have, honestly, of all the Converse that I have in general, and I have a lot of Converse in my collection, this is by far my favorite shoe. It's been worn the most. I freaking love this. And the Joker has so many different silhouettes. Like, there are so many different Joker shoes. There's one that's like a purple and orange. There's another one that has like ha 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 all over it. There are as many probably Joker Converse as there are Batman. Like, so many. But let's stay here. So this one on the tag says the Joker, and as you can see, we got the spades, the diamonds, and the hearts on the shoelaces. Freaking love these. And whereas with the other sneakers, you know, classically they just have the black stripe or whatever color stripe. Here they just did ha 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 all the way around. And they've got the All-Star logo on the back. I'm gonna start with this side of the shoe. So I love the graphic here. You got the Joker popping out of a deck of cards. It says Joker's Wild. You can clearly see the Joker card right here. What are the cards we got here? He said King. You got the King, Queen, the Jack, and then they have a couple of other versions of the Joker. Really, really small. Not sure if you can see them, but this gray thing right here, that's the Joker holding a gun. And then there's another image of the Joker on that card right there, as well as a couple of the other cards here have his image on it. I've never really like paid attention to the sneaker in this much detail, but now that I'm reviewing it, it's freaking awesome and clearly obvious why it's one of my favorite shoes. So I love what they did on the other shoe. They got really, really detailed here. So just here on the patch, they got the Converse and All-Star in purple, and then Chuck Taylor and the star in green. They got his boo thing, Harlequin, up here up top, and then they've got his little demented ass version right here. We got some more space, some more diamonds. I freaking love this sneaker. I've got a hat, a tank top, which is in storage right now because we just hit springtime. It's March here in Texas right now, so I haven't pulled anything out of storage just yet because we're going through that weather where it's cold in the day, warm in the afternoon, then it gets cold again at night. So probably in the next couple of weeks I'll be pulling out the tank top. I had to go with this, but definitely one of my favorite Converse in my entire collection. I freaking love this shoe. Now when I do my top 10 Converse, I can't even guarantee this one will make the cut because I have a lot, but just know this one is the sauce. The other shoe, disappointingly, it's exactly the same. So I got this shoe exactly the same as this one. Heel tags both have a ha 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 all the way around, and got the Joker and the Harlequin on both sides of the shoe. And typically if you ask people like, oh, who's your favorite villain, a lot of people will say the Joker, which now that I know his backstory, he's a relatable guy. I get it. I want to go into comedy, but I probably wouldn't turn into a life of crime if it didn't work out and jump into a vat of chemicals. I think I would avoid that part. But yeah. So that's it for the Joker. And well, that's the end of that review. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't done so already, don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you subscribe and get the notifications after you subscribe, just go down, there'll be a little notification bell. Turn that on and that'll let you know when I'm always releasing new heat, because I love for you guys to check out my content. If you have already subscribed, tell a friend to tell a friend. Sneakerheads, tell your other sneakerhead friends, or even just fashion people in general. I don't only do sneakers, I review clothes, I review dress shoes, so it's a little bit of everything. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this episode on Daily Swag with your girl Lady Swag. Until next time, y'all be easy, alright?